So where did you find J3?
J3 was in the port of Enterodos. Usually the port of Enterodos used to be a royal port, but at the time of J3, it was no longer a royal port. It was a trade port. We have done a survey with a bathymetric sub-bottom profiler, which is a prototype survey equipment. And I was convinced that some of the signals correspond to shipwrecks. And I wanted to make a test about that and to see whether those signals corresponded to shipwreck or not. Thus, I have selected the smallest signal. And I say, let us see if this signal corresponds to shipwreck or not. And we started excavations there, and after 1.8 meter of sediment, we found, as a matter of fact, a very small shipwreck. It's a tiny one. It's J3.
And I think this is one of the great things about your project is the way that you use this advanced technology, because usually shipwrecks are found because you swim over them and you can see parts of the wreck on the surface, whereas this is nearly 2 meters beneath the sand.
Yeah, that shipwreck was totally covered by sand. In no way you could have found it by visual survey. And furthermore, it's a very small shipwreck, and the planking are very, very thin. Thus, it shows that this bathymetric sub-bottom profiling system, it's quite powerful in spotting things which has been buried under the sediment.
Mm-hmm. So J3 is a small ship's boat, we think. We think it's made in Italy and comes on the back of another larger trading ship during the Roman period. And it really does talk about that change that you were saying from Antirodos and the royal port there, being a royal port, to being part of the big commercial hub of Alexandria during the Roman Empire.
Yes, it must have been a very active trading port, the royal Portus Magnus. What is also interesting in J3 is that, as you say, you can now tell that it has been built in Italy because you have done all the study about the wood and the naval construction techniques. And it does fit with an Italian shipbuilding shipyard. But the story of that small boat is also interesting because it had a huge anchor in it,
yes,
and which most probably caused that ship to sink.
Yeah, it looks as if the large anchor was broken. One of the tips of it had snapped off, so we're wondering whether it happens during anchoring just outside the harbour in Alexandria, and then once it's come inside and it's in the port, in the royal port, they've lifted the anchor and they thought, oh, we need to get this repaired. They put it carefully onto J3, and then J3's taking it to land, and then all of a sudden disaster happens and the little boat sinks.
Most probably a small wave, and as it was overladen with that anchor, and the water caused a small disaster.
But unfortunately, it's there for us to find.
Yes, and it's also an interesting ship because it illustrates the functioning of the Portus Magnus. There is not only the trading ships that we found. Most probably in one side there will be some warships, as galleys, but this will be difficult to excavate because they are extremely deeply buried under the sediment. But there was also those small boats which were part of the life of that Portus Magnus.
Absolutely, it's giving us a really interesting view of the small boats, small fishing boats, tugboats, just general pleasure boats, all those kind of small little vessels which don't really survive in the archaeological records. J3 is almost unique as a find because we just don't find ship's boats. And so it's really exciting to be able to work on it.